Hello friends, Christian here with Brick Life Crisis again. Today we're taking a look at set number 7113 from LEGO Star Wars. This set was originally released back in 2002. This is the Tusken Raider Encounter, and it features 90 pieces, including 3 minifigures. And yeah, let's go ahead and crack it open. Alright, here we have it, the Tusken Raider Encounter. As you can see, we have a speeder bike and a moisture evaporator and 3 figures. Let's go ahead and take a look at these components one by one. And here we have one of 2 sand people, or Tusken Raiders, that came with this set. A really nice torso print with the bandoliers crisscrossing across the chest. Nice head print as well. That bandolier pattern is continued around the back. Each of these figures includes this musket-style rifle and printed bandages around the head rather than the sculpted head that is included with the newer Tusken Raider. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, and here we have a side-by-side comparison with the old and the new style. The new one looks taller just because the head mold is a little bit larger and is sculpted rather than printed. I think I might actually like the torso on the old style slightly better. You can see the details in that bandolier a little bit more easily, I think. The newer figure has the Gaddafi stick rather than the musket. The print on the back is good on both of these, I think. Of course, you can see the bandages and more detail on the newer sculpted head. The other thing is the waist of the old style figure with that gray is kind of a nice contrast to the tan, although the newer figure has print on the legs and the waist. So anyway, that is a comparison of old and new. This set also includes a young Anakin Skywalker, and he includes his lightsaber in the chrome finished hilt, which is kind of nice. He's got a nice torso print, and if you look closely there on the left side of the screen up on his shoulder, you can see his Padawan braid coming down a little bit, which is a nice little detail. There's no print on the back of the figure and no alternate face for this guy. He does have a cape, and it's one of the older style kind of paperish capes, so I want to be a little bit careful of that because it can wrinkle fairly permanently and fairly easily if you aren't a little bit careful. So as you can see, this figure has the yellowish skin tone. This is before they went to the more realistic flesh tones for the Star Wars and other licensed figures. They still generally use the yellow for the creator expert modular buildings and for most of the city stuff. But anyway, this is a pretty nice figure. As you can see, we've got some bubbling in the lightsaber blade, but the chrome on this hilt is very nice. Overall, the figure is pretty well done. And this is the speeder bike that Anakin rides on. It's kind of a nice build. I don't generally like speeder bikes that are different than the original speeder bikes from Return of the Jedi, the Endor bikes that the Scout Troopers rode on, but this I think is pretty good. The color scheme is unique but appropriate. I like this bar piece here on both sides. It's actually one large piece, but it bends, so it goes up a plate in height, which is kind of unique. Anyway, I think it's a pretty nice build and appropriate for this set. Pretty cool. And finally we have the moisture evaporator. This was a nice little build, although it has a kind of a unique feature. You can pull this down. I'm not sure why you would do that other than maybe to pretend to do some maintenance on it. There's a nice printed 2x2 tile there. There's a better look at that tile, and the red and green studs to represent service lights. Overall, I think this is a pretty good build. It's got some nice detailing on it, and the ability to do the maintenance work by opening it up is kind of cool. And I put the figure there for the sake of scale. Since this is an older set, I figured I'd show you the box a little bit more closely. Got some nice box art. Shows off this set. They show a couple of additional moisture evaporators in the background. On the sides, we just have Lego warning labels, Star Wars logos, and show the moisture evaporator being opened, and the Tusken Raiders maybe trying to steal the moisture that's been farmed. And here we have barcode, copyright information, and some close-up artwork of the figures. And on the back, we have some alternate builds, some kind of Flintstones looking car, and a flag, and I don't know what the heck it is that Anakin has in his hands there. And then there's some sort of a helicopter thing, and then a photo of Anakin, and a cross-sell for a couple of additional sets. And this is the instruction manual, and it is pretty similar to modern instruction manuals, other than they don't list the parts that are specifically needed for each step like they typically do today. So you can go through the build. Incidentally, this is that one piece that I thought was kind of unique. So you have basically a 1x2 and a 2x2 plate that are basically one plate different in height, and this is kind of a bar that's bent on either side, and that is how the frame of this thing is constructed. You kind of see how it goes underneath there. It's kind of interesting. So once you get through the build here, they have some more artwork for this set and a cross-sell for an Attack of the Clones set with the speeders on Coruscant 7133. And then these are some other smaller sets. Actually, no, these are the full-size ships, I guess. The 7153, Slave 1 from Jango Fett, and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter 7143, and then 7103, which is the Yoda versus Dooku. Then we have 7203, 7204, and 7200 and 7201. And lego.com/Star Wars. So that's about it for this one. This has been set number 7113 from Lego Star Wars. Again, the set came out in 2002 and is recommended for ages 7 to 12. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave us a like. If you have any questions or comments, or if you happen to have your own Lego channel, please list that below, and that way we can all come take a look. If there's any suggestions you have for us, we'd love to take those as well. And finally, if you haven't already, we'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button and maybe hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Christian with Brick Life Crisis. May the Force be with you.